We met in this building behind me. He was little and he had a little shirt on covering him. And he was the cutest thing because he couldn't quite stretch out in his shirt. He was scared of everything, nervous I should say. So everything was like his first, it seemed like. Car rides, that was exciting because he drooled everywhere on the car ride home. And I literally was like, what's wrong with this baby? What's going on? I thought he was just excited and all the things. But every car ride thereafter, we realized he also was just kind of freaked out about car rides. So he thought he was going to be a lot more, a little harder to keep, like contained because of his wounds that he had. But he came right in and he wanted to see everybody. He wanted to meet everybody, people, animals, everybody, which was really took me back because I thought he was going to decompress for a bit. He made best friends with my other foster, who is still with me, who misses him dearly. They became besties like the first night, and I was the scared mom because they were jumping on the couch and playing. And I thought he was going to really hurt himself with it because he was wearing his, he had his wounds, there were open wounds. He was being really actively treated, guy. But he had a lot of scratches and stuff that had healed, and then he had on both sides of his back, like open wounds that were pretty deep. And I really thought he would be in a lot more pain. He had pain medicine, and like you guys set me up with everything he needed. And he never acted like it bothered him, so I don't know if he was just used to it or if he was just a really resilient boy or both. But he was such a good boy. He was actually super easy. Like, I think that's the one thing I kept saying, like, you're so much easier than I thought. Keeping him covered was interesting because, shirts every day, taking them off every day so he didn't get anything stuck because his skin was literally healing as I had him. So ointment every day, wrapping him every day, and he likes to tear everything off. So after he learned that he could tear off his wrappy and his shirts, he became like a little nude puppy. Like, he wouldn't go on a leash, so I got him a stroller that was donated to the shelter that I foster for, and I took him on stroller rides to get him like socialized.
Those are some of the best pictures.
He had so much fun. Like, we took him to parks, we took him around the neighborhood, anything I could take him to when it wasn't too hot. We would take him out, let him go and roll around, and then when he would get comfortable enough as we walked, I had his leash and everything, and I would take him out and then just kind of let him walk a little bit so he could kind of build his confidence. He was so good. He was good with the kitties. He was always like kind of fun because he would try to play with the foster kittens but didn't know how to play with a kitten. Like, he would try to play and they'd play too much and they like would not know what to do and freaked out, go back in his cage. He loved his stuffed animals. Oh my gosh, he would always have a stuffed animal. He would sleep with it. A friend had sent in a cute little elephant, like a little stuffed animal of an elephant. So he had his own stuffed animal from like a week after he came in.
Yeah, he still has that. She told me.
Yes, that's his baby. We always slept with that. So he would get that, take it outside to go potty, take it outside to play, bring it back inside. It was the funniest thing. And his foster was an older, 3 years old, a female. So it was like he had a sister, mom, fun person to play with all the time, and they bonded really quickly. Like, he took to her like nobody's business, and it really was so heartwarming because I thought he would be so much more work and would be more like scared and timid. Like, he was timid, but not with animals. He loved them, but trying to keep him wrapped up, I would always text him, be like, I'm just letting you know I'm doing it, but he's not keeping it on. So like,
I feel like the shirts were like the only, and even then.
And then he started, so the one thing he had was like, it wrapped under his legs.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing they had, and it was like, it covered his front legs, and it had a little outline so he could go potty. It was almost like a baby onesie. And he had that when he first came home, and he would wear that, but it was kind of a girl color one. And so we got him a few shirts, and once he learned how to take those off, he would go in his cage and just rip it off and be so excited to show me his destruction, because it would be like stuffed animals here, a shirt there, his wrap there. Like, he was just a cute, sweet little boy. Or so, like, he's always gonna have his scars. I feel like he's such a sweet, loving, gentle boy that like he would be good for almost anybody. And his parents were so sweet. Like, at the first time that they met was really sweet because they asked all the right questions and just wanted to know everything. And so we were here for a while. So I talked to them first in the room, and then I kind of left, let them have their own time. And then, they decided pretty quickly, like, they had been watching him. Like, this is the thing when you foster, like, I feel like it's fun to share the foster journey. So people can see their evolution, especially if they're going through medical or if they're little babies kind of growing up, or you're working with temperament or training, you get to see them kind of grow and see what their personality blossoms into. And that's kind of like, for me, the funnest thing is just to watch them kind of come into their own, you know. And so he really blossomed. He was always a sweet little star and a little angel, but you know, we named him, well, I mean, he was named Littlefoot when we got him, because let's not forget, like, he had people that loved him and advocated for him before he came here.
Yes.
He was a lucky, like, he was a really lucky dog coming from, like, a cruelty case, and then, you know, he went to a shelter, and they fostered him, I think it was,
their vet tech.
Okay, so they fostered, and they must have done a really good job with him, because he came so well-mannered, and, you know, like, even though he was very open wound, like, he was not infected, he was not in pain, he didn't seem like, you know, you wouldn't know if you didn't see it.
Yeah.
Like, if he was covered up, you would not know that there was anything going on with him. Definitely did a good job, and they called him Littlefoot. And I kind of thought of it like this: he probably had a name at wherever he was when he came from his cruelty case. He probably had some name or something there. And then when he went to the shelter, he had a name. And then when he went with me, he had a name. And I don't know if the new adopters changed his name or if they kept it, but I named him Bodhi because he had 2 different color eyes, and I wanted him to have a cute, different name that wasn't too big, but like he would be bigger than the name itself.
Yeah.
Like, because his personality is very cute and sweet. So I landed on Bodhi, and it's hard.
They still call him Bodhi.
Okay, I think they did. But so I call him Bodhi, but I call him Littlefoot, I call him Small Paw, all the things, all the nicknames. Because he was little, like he's only like yay high.
Yeah.
He's only like maybe 30 pounds. I think we got him to gain 2 to 3 pounds when we had him, because we were trying to get him to gain weight. We thought he was underweight, and I was like, I think he's just little. Like, that's hence his name, so.
No matter what's going on in the day, I know when I get home, he's going to be happy to see me. So the second I walk through the door, he's all excited, and he's wagging his tail and jumping around, and I'm like, yeah, I know I have someone here, so no matter what happened, what stress is going on in life, Bodhi's there to help out. So I'm always scrolling like on dogs available for adoption in our area, and I saw him in his little stroller at the park on a walk, and it's like, look at that little cutie. Then I looked at other pictures, and then we met him, I think, later that week, and yeah, it was, as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, I want him. Kind of shy and everything. After like 20 minutes or so, he came and laid by us and like rolled over and let us like pet his belly. We just gave him his time to open up, and he eventually did. So the first like 3 or 4 days, he like would not leave this kennel unless he had to like go potty, you know, go outside, come back in, and just stay in this kennel. And I think on the 3rd day, I worked from home about half the time. Well, I was working from home, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna bring my computer downstairs, and I'm just gonna sit in the kitchen, and we're gonna, you know, get to know each other. And then he eventually came out of his kennel and laid on the pillow by me, and then that night he like got the zoomies for the first time, and we were like, I call him my little shadow because he comes everywhere with me. Like, anytime I leave the room, Bodhi's coming with me. He likes to bark at my husband when he comes home from work, because he'll bark at him, and then he knows that my husband will give him a treat when he comes home. I call him the neighborhood watchdog because I have a chair right by the window in my office, and sits up there, lays on the chair, and he just watches the cars and watches the people. He's very observant. We adopted him. His foster mom, Alicia, gave us an elephant that he liked when he was with her, and he still has it. He has not chewed that one up. Some toys he'll chew up, he'll destroy, but then other ones he'll chew on them a little bit, but they're still, you know, intact, and that elephant is one of them. And I'm, you know, glad that he feels comfortable with us. That was the one thing I was kind of nervous about. You know, we were going to let him do his thing, but we didn't know, you know, how comfortable he'd be with us. Just me and my husband, so I think he got the chance to, you know, when he was ready, open up. Yeah, but this is pretty much what he does. He's just by me, and he'll get the zoomies sometimes, but otherwise he's just watching or chewing on a toy or sleeping.